Hey guys, so welcome to my second video. Today I'm looking at doing a video on what I love and what I hate about owning my Seat Leon FR. I've seen quite a few YouTubers do this, so I thought I'd just kind of get out of the way and kind of give you the guys the negative and the positives of what I found anyway owning it. I'll be probably looking at doing it kind of like when I got it standard, and I'll probably go to in the end kind of like some of the mods I enjoyed doing and kind of the mods I feel like improved the car the most. So yeah, that's what the video is going to be about today, so enjoy. Hey guys, as I said, I'll be doing the negatives and positives today on owning a Seat Leon FR Mark III. So I'll jump in straight away at the negatives because it's always nice to end on a positive note. So I'll firstly start to say the one thing I realised after owning the car was the horsepower. So obviously it comes with 150 and the 1.4, and the 1.8 comes with 184 bhp, and I know that there's another 1.4. I think the newer ones that come with 125 bhp, but I felt like when I first got it, it didn't have the power I wanted it to. I mean, I initially test drove it and it felt fine on the test drive, but after actually getting it into, onto the roads, into reality driving, into everyday driving, I felt like it was very sluggish, and there wasn't much performance in it. So I'd probably say that was one of the negatives I had. Obviously that was one of the first things I looked at when getting the car, was to straight away get it remapped and try and do performance enhancers before I looked at anything on the body, just because I wanted that more of a push. So obviously I didn't want to be one of those cars where you start getting stuff done to it and it looks really nice on the outside, but you put your foot down and then nothing happens. I kind of just wanted to get it to the stage where I'm happy, where I know it can go, and at least I can show the car can do some sort of performance without having a loud exhaust and it not doing anything. The second thing I really dislike about the car, I say really, I think it's more of a personal preference, but the inside of the car, I kind of felt like it was the inside of the car is quite bland, compared to other cars such as the Golf, the Hondas, saying that the Hondas are very plastic inside, but especially the Golfs, I feel like they've got a lot more to give and a lot more show and display. But I will jump on one of the positives about the display unit when I go into the positive section, where I feel like the Seat has outright done the VW. But I'd say straight away that it would never beat an Audi. I know obviously you're paying more of a premium for the Audis. Obviously you do expect that, but their insides are really nice, and when you get into it you feel like pristine, whereas here I feel like it is a nice interior. It's simple, you don't have too many like gimmicks about and buttons to press, because I feel like sometimes when cars have loads of buttons, most of them are gimmicks. So I like the fact it is quite simple to use, and everything is right there in front of you and it's really simple to navigate through, but at the same time obviously it is a bit bland inside compared to other cars. Another thing I'd say was the suspension on the car. Seat seemed to go for a bit more of a tighter suspension, so you do feel more bumps and more potholes going on the roads. So I'd say on that part, compared to other hatchbacks and cars this sort of size, the suspension seems to be a lot more softer in that, and you do have more of a smoother ride, whereas here I feel like they've gone more for the sporty approach. So yeah, I would say that is definitely one of the negatives on that as well. Another negative I'd say about owning the Seat is Seat seemed to, I know there's been a lot of problems about this, Seat have seemed to rush their production of their cars a little bit, because I haven't actually had it yet. I thought I did, but stupidly I then realised it was just something in the glove compartment. But people had rattles on the doors. I know some people had rattles on the boots. There's obviously fixes, but at the end of the day, why should you have to fix something if you're paying for it? So I have heard a lot of people mentioning that they've heard rattles in the doors, rattles in the boots, and it just seemed like Seat didn't take the time to make sure all their parts are obviously well done and that it's not going to cause them sort of problems with people. I know it's a small thing, and obviously I know it's not going to affect the car, but obviously it is annoying that when you're driving on the road and you hear a rattle, it just gets eventually irritating, and it will just get on your nerves. One of the last negatives I'll go off is the paintwork. I'm not sure if everyone's had the problems with the CLA South, but I've found the paintwork, it seems to be a bit cheaper than other cars. It seems to chip very easily. So since getting the car, I've had the car from brand new, and I've already, of course, like 5 chips. It just seems to, any sort of stone that hits it, I've got the paint protection over it, chip it, it just seems to chip, gone, paint, chip, gone. It's just ridiculous, and it doesn't feel like the paint lasts as long as other cars that I've had. It just seems to constantly chip away at the paintwork, and it does get frustrating because it's not nice to have paintwork damage, because it will eventually start to make the car look a bit cheaper, make it look that little bit less new, and obviously you need to go get that fixed. Luckily, I've got a paint protection with them, so they do fix it when I do bring my car in. So yeah, I'd say that's all the negatives of the car that I personally have found with them. So yeah, I'll go on to the positives and I'll see you guys in a second. So yeah, time to start off with the positives now. So straight jumping is, I love the exterior of the car. I think the car looks amazing, and it's just with the LED package and everything attached to the car, that is really good. I know it doesn't come as standard with the Leons, but if you can definitely get the LED pack 100%, it just makes the car look 10 times more aggressive, and it really looks nice. I know about the exterior, it's very much a wolf in sheep's clothing. A lot of people obviously don't expect the Leons to be fast, compared to like the Golf R's, the Golf GTIs, GTDs, and obviously a lot of people don't expect it to be fast. So it's really nice sometimes, obviously, when people aren't expecting it to happen, they kind of get shocked, obviously, when you can't keep up with them. But yeah, the exterior of the car is really nice. That was one of the things that pulled me in with the Leons. It's just, it looks phenomenal. Another thing I said to Leon is the steering. I've never felt something so comfortable. Obviously I know you can change the modes which change the style of steering, but for all of them it just feels like it keeps it a nice constant, just a nice constant feel, comfortable. You always feel in control, and it feels like it just glides, and you feel like you can just constantly just always have control of the car, and it's really responsive. And I just felt like it's better than any car I've driven. I mean, I've driven, obviously, with Minis are very well known to have really good control of the car, and you feel like, obviously, it's very fun to drive around country roads. But in all honesty too, I really do enjoy the Leon around country roads, and I think it takes bends really well. And like I said, you always just feel in control of the car. For another part of it is, as I said before, it's quite a boring interior. But one of the things that I do like about the interior is the actual cockpit display. I like the actual information dial you get in the middle. Being in some of the Golfs and Audis, they all seem to be black and white in the middle for some reason, which I've never really understood why. But they usually tend to be black and white, obviously, whereas you've got colour in this screen, which just, obviously I know it's a little thing, but it brings it to life, and I think it just makes it look 10 times better. So yeah, I'd say that's one of the main bits I like in the cockpit, and obviously the amount of information you can actually get off of it is quite nice. I mean, like here you got range, this is just on the display unit, speed, obviously you can change your warning speed, so it'll warn you when you reach certain speed. And I just think the car itself, with the display unit, actually gives you a lot of information than other cars don't. So yeah, I'll probably say that's one of the positives as well. Another positive with the car was obviously the value for money that you get for it. Compared to other cars, obviously, you don't, I mean, like, you're paying a price tag for, like, obviously paying for the name. So VW, you're looking at what, probably for a Golf GTD, you're looking at about brand new 25 grand, whereas obviously you can get a Seat Leon FR for like 18 to 20. Probably gets much more tech in the car, and just, I think like the car's really good value for money, and obviously you get in a really decent car for a lot cheaper price. So yeah, I'd 100% say value for money is bang on. Another thing I'd say I love about the car is I've never actually had any problems with it. Yeah, I know I've bought it brand new, but I've yet to have a single problem with it. Nothing's blown up, nothing's obviously gone wrong with it. I've had nothing wrong with the engine, no warning lights up. So at the moment, solid car in terms of journey. I've done now 30,348 miles on the car, so and nothing has gone wrong with it as of yet. I've had nothing wrong with it. So another thing I'll probably say good, obviously it being a 1.4 and being a petrol, I'd say it's very good on the miles per gallon, so especially obviously if you drive it quickly. If you do race it like any car, you are gonna see up going, go down, you'll suffer and have to fill up a lot more often. But when I just generally do my commutes to work and back, I feel like it does do really good with most miles, with the miles per gallon. So I usually get an average of about 48 to 52, which is not bad for considering it's a 1.4 petrol. So that's what I really enjoyed about it. And on another positive with owning the Leon is I feel like obviously it's easier to insure. I believe at my age. You get cheaper insurance than you would with the Golfs and the Audis at a younger age. So I'd definitely say insurance is one of them. They will definitely cost younger drivers cheaper insurance to insure the Leons than it does for, like I said, Audis, Golfs. So my insurance at the moment, I'm 21, and my insurance on the FR is £652 a year, which for a 21-year-old is absolutely amazing, because you hardly ever get that sort of price range of insurance for my age. I mean, my missus drives a Fiat and hers costs actually more than mine. She has been driving a little bit less time than me, but still it is surprising. Obviously I know it matters on the area you live in, but I feel like the Leons are generally cheaper insurances that you do get on the Golfs and the FRs. Sorry, Golfs and the Audis, not FRs. So another positive I'll give the car is the LEDs inside the car. So on the FRs you have it on the doors, where depending on what mode you go to, in mode on the car is depending on the colour it will change to. So if you put it into sport, the LEDs on the door will go red. Put it onto eco, will go white. Normal's white as well. It's just a little thing, but it's just really nice to actually be in the car, and actually obviously it's just a nice feature to have. It just makes the car feel a bit more sporty, aggressive inside it while you're sitting in there. So one of the last things I would probably say, positive note with the car, is it's got a large amount of space in it, for obviously a large amount of space inside the car. So you can, obviously depending on which one you get, the 3-door or the 5-door. I currently have the 5-door. It just seems to be a lot of space. No, there's no tight gaps. There's no obviously people squeezing into the back. It's quite spacious, and I feel like you can just fit everything in it. The boot's quite a big boot luggage. You can easily fit everything you need in there. So yeah, I'd definitely say 100% that the space in the car is not a problem, and you do feel comfortable in it. You don't feel cramped as you do in obviously some hatchbacks. I feel like when I was driving the Ford Focus, I felt actually surprisingly more cramped in that, especially in the driver's seat, than I do in the Leon FR I have now. So yeah, I definitely say I felt a lot more cramped in that than I do in this. So I'd say that's definitely one of the positives. So going on to the notes of the positive and the mods that got done, and kind of like what helped the car, I felt come along and made me love the car even more. So I started obviously with a remap, which it did improve obviously the performance of the car through the speed, but you're not going to get too much out of a 1.4 engine. But currently, I'd say the first mod that I kind of thought, yeah, I really like it, and this is what kind of was my exhaust. So as I said in my previous video, I got a Remus full exhaust system done by Motec, and it's just transformed the car into something. When I got it done, I felt like it was brand new. So it just felt a lot more, I've always said this word, but aggressive. It's a lot louder, obviously. It does have nice bangs to it, and I just felt like it just transformed the car, especially with the quad exhaust. So as before, obviously it only has 2 exhausts, two exhaust tips, but this one obviously has quad, now I do, and it just makes the car at the back make it look a lot nicer at the back. And another thing, I'd say the body kit that I've put on, I really like the body kit. I think it's transformed the look of the car even more outside, even more I love it than before. So if you are looking at kind of getting the Leon to look a bit more better on the outside, obviously I know Seat does their own body kit, official body kit, but definitely go for spoiler, front splitter, side skirts, and a rear diffuser, because I know the new pre-facelift ones unfortunately don't come with diffuser at the back, but I know the after 2017 they do come with diffuser now at the back, which obviously is a lot better than just having that bit of plastic at the bottom that they had. So yeah, I'd say definitely looking forward, I would 100% go for another Leon after this one. As I said before, I am looking at hopefully getting a Cupra next year, but at the moment I will be sticking with the FR. I've got a few more plans for it, so eventually I'll upgrade to the Cupra, but I will definitely stick to Seat, because like I said, I've had no problem with their customer services. I've had no problem getting in contact with them if I did have a query, and I've just never had a fault with the car at the moment. Everything is sound with the car, and I've had nothing ever go wrong with it. So yeah, that was good things. Alright, thanks for watching today, guys, and my next video I'm planning to do a video on my exhaust, on my Remus exhaust system, just kind of show you the guys what it looks like more in depth, talk about the people that have done it for me, talk about them a bit more, and kind of show you guys what it actually sounds like on the outside, and do a little video with the GoPro. I've attached my camera, you can actually hear what it sounds like. I'm worried if you want to leave in the comments. I know a lot of people don't really know how to take off the front bumper, and I've seen a few people online and a few people that I know that own Leons don't know how to take off front bumper. So if you want to see a video on how to take off the front bumper, just leave a comment down below and I'll get one of them done as well. Alright, cheers. Thanks for that, guys.